Boom, 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 boom. That's how it works out, get sweat.
He used to break the bag.
Yeah.
He used to knock him down.
Yeah, heavy puncher.
The heaviest?
Yeah.
His strength was his everything.
Yeah.
And like this, and so, and so he pulling the big old truck on his shoulders and all this and stuff like that.
Reached out and called him several times just to talk. Good guy. George is a great...
Legends like Mike Tyson have acknowledged the unrivaled force of the late boxer George Foreman, and boxers have spoken with great affection for him, commemorating his enormous legacy and terrible power. Foreman's strength was so incredible that Tyson referred to him as the toughest puncher ever, that even in his senior years, opponents feared entering the ring with him because of the devastating impact of his blows and the fact that he used to smash heavy bags during training. He established himself as one of boxing's most formidable and feared champions by eliminating elite opponents.
You should just stand in front of the back, right? Just like that, 40 minutes. Throw a couple hooks.
George Foreman too. It's hit the bag. Boom, 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 boom. That's how it works out, get sweat.
He used to break the bag.
Yeah.
He used to knock him down.
Yeah, heavy puncher.
The heaviest?
Yeah.
See, I thought that was you.
I can't match somebody's powers who's that big and that much mass. The only thing that allowed me to be excited because I do it faster than other guys.
More explosive. How did you explode like that? Was that natural?
No, nothing's natural. I was nothing about me natural. Only my desire to win was natural. I had a great teacher.
Did he instill that desire in you, your coach?
No, only you can do that.
Yeah.
You're born with it and somebody can elicit it out of you.
Was commended by Muhammad Ali for his self-assurance and tenacity in the ring. Even though Foreman lost to Ali in the well-known Rumble in the Jungle, Ali recognized that Foreman never gave up and battled with unrelenting power to the very end, demonstrating his extraordinary strength, heart, and warrior spirit.
Before the fight, I'm looking at him. I said, "Sucker, you are in trouble tonight. You are fighting the greatest fight of all times. You heard I was the greatest, like you just said you heard this, now you see it. I said, you said I was the greatest, but you're gonna see. I'm fast, sucker. I'm gonna burn you up. You're fighting your idol." I talked through the whole fight. I said, "Come on, sucker." I said, "Show me something. They told me you could hit hard. You're just a sissy. Come on, sucker. Show me something." Oh, I grabbed his head sometimes and I said, "Look at you. Round 7. And you're tired. You have 8 more rounds to go." And he's just throwing them. He's breathing. I said, oh, you finished, boy. You are in trouble. I said, "You don't have but 2 chances, slim and none."
George Foreman and Joe Frazier squared up in a fight that would go down in history in 1973. The current heavyweight champion, Frazier, was renowned for his unrelenting style of boxing and had already vanquished Muhammad Ali, but Foreman displayed unmatched power in this bout. He won the WBA and WBC heavyweight belts after knocking down Frazier 6 times in 2 rounds, which resulted in a technical knockout. The boxing community was shocked by this resounding performance, since few had predicted such a lopsided result.
Were you ever scared of anybody in the ring? Now be honest. Ali,
It's strange. I wasn't afraid of Muhammad. I lost the title to Muhammad, but I remember Joe Frazier. He was the toughest guy I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
Smoking Joe Frazier. My mother watched him fight on television, and he hit a guy so hard the guy turned his back. And I kept thinking, I want to be champ of the world, but I sure hope Joe Frazier died. It was time to fight Joe Frazier, and I knew if you hit him, he liked it. If you miss him, he'd get upset. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do? But I had this habit of staring guys down. I looked them in the eye to psych them out. If they dropped their head, I knew I had an advantage, but I was hoping Joe Frazier wouldn't drop his head because my knees were shaking. At that time, I wish I had even started that.
The late 1980s and early 1990s, George Foreman unexpectedly returned to boxing after a 10-year break. Given his age and extended absence from the sport, many questioned his capacity to compete at a top level. Nevertheless, in 1994, at the age of 45, Foreman exceeded expectations by defeating the then unbeaten Michael Moore to regain the heavyweight title. He became the oldest heavyweight champion in boxing history with this incredible accomplishment, setting an unbeatable record. Many people consider Foreman's comeback story to be among the most inspirational in sports history, proving that perseverance and tenacity can triumph despite the passage of time.
A world apart going into this fight.
Well, you know, George Foreman always promoted his strength. His strength was his everything.
Yeah.
And like this, and so, he pulling the big old truck on his shoulders and all this and stuff like that. And so, I had people talking about, well, he did this, he did that. I said, look, hey, boxing is not all boxing. I said, no. I said, he got to try to hit me. I said, he's slow as Christmas. I said, he's slow as Christmas. I said, he's not fast. I said, so he throw these big shots. But the difference is that he got good timing. And so that's what I realized, because I pulled back, and by the time I pulled back from the shot ain't got done yet. Bam! I bring my head back because that's how slow he is. His timing, but he got right time. He know that you gonna come back at the right time when because he's supposed to be gonna miss me, and I come back.
Bam!
When I come back, it's coming. Oh,
yeah.
Right? So I realized, okay, then I got to dance around him a little bit and pack him like this, and so the whole big thing about boxing is making the guy come forth while you punching at the same time. That's how you can maximize your power on him. And I was able to do it sometime, but he was a good disciplined fighter. He didn't lose all this energy on me. He was able to push it off with the big arms and maul me. He kind of mauled me in the corner a lot. I couldn't even get out. He was so much.
Former heavyweight champion Vander Holyfield has discussed George Foreman's intimidating presence in the ring. Holyfield praised Foreman's exceptional strength and training routine, which included using unusual techniques like hauling trucks to increase power and endurance, and called him the hardest puncher he had ever faced. In addition, Holyfield described the physical toll their battle imposed on him, including the loss of teeth, highlighting Foreman's tremendous strength and the respect he enjoyed among his colleagues.
Redemption is a powerful word. It's a scary word. It's a powerful word. I know it firsthand. It's very powerful. Very powerful. And he had redemption on his side. George Foreman was a special man. Michael Moore was a special man. George Foreman got put into retirement by Muhammad Ali, really Jimmy Young, but Ali did it. And Ali broke down the monster that night in Zaire. He exposed the monster. He broke down this Herculean fighter that could knock down, walls. And he broke him down. And he made him live with that. He retired. He had one more fight. He got beat by Jimmy Young. Then he retired for 10 years. And he went into the church. He went into, God's work. And during those 10 years, he suffered privately. I know he did. He suffered privately what happened in Zaire. Because in some ways, maybe similar to Tyson, but I think he was stronger than Tyson in other ways, ultimately. But very similar, and similar backgrounds where they came from.
Atlas, a well-known boxing trainer and analyst, has frequently hailed George Foreman as one of the greatest boxing personalities of all time. Both inside and beyond the ring, Atlas highlighted Foreman's extraordinary strength and distinct personality. He emphasized how Foreman was able to reinvent himself, going from a fearsome boxer to a well-liked public person, demonstrating his adaptability and timeless appeal. Atlas's appreciation is a testament to Foreman's significant influence on the sport and his enduring reputation as a unique figure in boxing history.
the Rumble in the Jungle in the 70s, 74, 75, when he fought in Jamaica and he fought in Venezuela in Caracas, when he fought in Zaire, Kinshasa, when he fought Norton, when he fought Frazier, and he just absolutely eviscerated them. You got to remember what this guy achieved as a boxer. First of all, he won the Olympic, like you said, rightly said, in America. He's one of their greatest athletes. He won the Olympic gold for them in Mexico in 1968 as a real neophyte boxer, rather like Anthony Joshua did in London, where he hadn't had much of a career. You think after that he turns pro, he beats Foreman. He beats Frazier, he beats Norton, and then he gets beaten by Ali. He's like Deontay Wilder and Mike Tyson rolled into one at the time. He's just destroying everyone. He's one of the biggest punchers of all time. I have interviewed him. I don't know how many times I interviewed him. Many, many, many times. And always through Bill Kaplan, his PR guy, who was his PR guy from the age of him being 18. And Bill's in his late 80s and still PRing him to this day, this very day. It's a really sad thing because, like you say, what I wrote earlier on was that he filled up a room, big booming laugh, but not trying to command attention.
George Foreman's outstanding accomplishments and legendary reputation in the sport have been praised by boxing journalist Gareth A. Davies. Foreman blended the aggression and explosive power of Deontay Wilder, according to Davies, who made a strong analogy. This comparison highlights Foreman's distinctive combination of raw power and an aggressive approach, which made him a difficult opponent and a notable character in boxing history, in contrast to Mike Tyson, who embodied the attributes of both boxers simultaneously.
5th round. Wow. But he was a beast, and then George Foreman, it's like that's a guy that didn't ever put on a pair of gloves till he was, I think, 19 years old, right?
That's crazy.
It's like 19 years old. Think about that. There's just not that many guys that have, it's never put on a pair of gloves till they're 19 years old and then get to that level.
Well, that's the Deontay Wilder story, too,
Is it?
Yeah, Deontay Wilder boxed for a year and a half before he won a bronze medal in the Olympics.
Okay. George Foreman won the gold medal in the 70s, when it was even, I think, harder, to win the gold medal because of the Cubans and the Russians. It's like because they never went pro and stuff like that. You had that
right. Phil Stevenson,
right? So it's like I think it was the 76 Olympics that he won the gold medal, and he was like 24 fights as an amateur. That's all the fights he had, never lost.
That's nuts.
And it's like and just crazy.
He fought just 20 times as an amateur before traveling to Mexico City for the 1968 Olympic Games. Amazing.
And never lost. And then think about that. This guy's walking through guys like Joe Frazier, and then he fights older Muhammad Ali, and then gets knocked out in the 8th. It's like crazy. He believed that he was invincible. Arguably the hardest hitter ever.
Yeah.
It's like, what would have happened to Mike Tyson? We might not have known who Mike Tyson was if he would have been around in those days. It's like.
I want you to pull up George Foreman knocks out Joe Frazier.
Oh, it was great. I thought Frazier was gonna die. He knocked him off his feet.
That was a crazy one because that was when Joe Frazier just beat Muhammad Ali.
Yep.
And then you see what Foreman does to Frazier, and everybody thought that Foreman was going to crush Ali, and they were scared. The power is so extraordinary that if he catches you at all, he thumps you with that jab, and then just swings at you. Oh, look at that uppercut. Oh, my God. Look at that right hand. Oh, my God. Foreman is all over. Oh, my God. Look at that uppercut. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh my God, it's power. And here it is, boom. For the 5th time he's down. This is crazy, this fight. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, what a warrior, Joe Frazier.